place among us. Where we'll go and challenge the gods. It's intense, strong, dynamic, let's go. Let's not panic, losing makes us stronger than before. We don't know, no limits, no regrets. They can stop us from doing our fighting. So heroic, noble, dynamic, let's go. Kick down our enemy, yo. I can't wait for it. An amazing stories tear on the way.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, Richard Kenobi here, and I'm back again for another Dragon Ball Super review, and this time we have episode 5, and yes, before I get started, I did get a haircut, so that way, because my old hair was just getting in my face, so yes, sorry if I look a little weird, but yeah, so this is the episode that finally got the action going. This is what everybody's been wanting, you know, so let's go ahead and get into it. So of course, you know, this pretty much picks up where the last episode left off, and now we're going through the Battle of Gods arc, you know, where Beerus is finally on King Kai's planet. He's talking to King Kai, and of course some of the same dialogue from the Battle of Gods movie is in this episode with the stuff on King Kai's planet. So of course, you know, King Kai is talking to Beerus, and he's, you know, offering him food. You know, he says, "Oh, is it delicious?" And he says, "Yeah, sure." But he says, "No, thank you, I'm good." So he says, "Are you sure you don't want some cookies?" And he says, "Are you trying to test my patience? Do you want me to destroy your planet again?" And he says, "No, no, 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 no." You know, so of course, you know, he doesn't offer many. You know, so Beerus, you know, says, "I'm here to talk to that Saiyan you're hiding. That Saiyan you're hiding in your house." And of course, you know, he spots Goku. And of course, Goku comes out and does the same greeting. But this time, instead of "Hey, it's me, Goku. I'm a Saiyan from Earth," he says, "Hey, what's up? It's me, I'm Goku." And of course, King Kai slaps him and tells him, "You're old enough to, you know, do a proper greeting, idiot." So of course, you know, Goku does his, you know, best. He pretty much does the best greeting he can. So of course, you know, he's talking to Beerus, and Beerus is saying, "Have you ever heard of a Super Saiyan God?" And he says, "I've never heard of it. I mean, I've only heard of regular Saiyans." And of course, you know, Beerus is examining him like he did in the movie, and he's saying, "It's weird how you could defeat Frieza in, you know, your base form." And he says, "You must have used a transformation." Of course, Goku says, "Yes, Super Saiyan." So of course, you know, they're talking about it, and, you know, of course, you know, King Kai says, "Well, no one knows about this Super Saiyan God." So of course, you know, Whis says, "Why don't we just go ask Prince Vegeta on Earth?" You know, and he says, "Okay, fine, let's go." So it would only take them about 3 minutes to get there, but before, you know, they leave, Goku says, Could you show me how strong you are? Can we have a fight?" And of course, you know, Beerus accepts, but he's thinking it's odd, you know, to think how someone like Goku could issue a challenge to him. So of course, you know, this is it. Now, of course, you know, this fight, before I talk about the fight itself, this fight is a lot longer than the one in the movie. Because I think when Goku, you know, fought Beerus, he just went straight into Super Saiyan 3. He didn't, and I liked what they did in this episode that they didn't do in the movie. Because I think the fight in the movie only lasted about 3, maybe 4 minutes. This one lasted a total of 12 to 15 minutes. It really was awesome, you know. Well, actually, no, it lasted about 11 minutes. And it was so awesome. Like, if you have not seen this episode, go check it out, because Beerus just shows why he's a badass and why he's the god of destruction. So, of course, let's talk about the fight. Goku fights him as Super Saiyan 1. You know, and of course, you know, when he starts attacking him, you know, he's just dodging again and again and again and again. And of course, Goku tears up a little bit of King Kai's planet. Then he goes to then, Whis gets bored, but then he says, okay, I'll show you another form. He goes to Super Saiyan 2. This time, he goes even crazier, He starts punching Beerus again and again, and he just keeps dodging. And Goku says, are you gonna attack me, or what? I think it would be best if you attack me. And Beerus says, I think you're hiding, I'll attack you, when you show me your true power, because he thinks Goku's hiding his true power. So he knows Goku can go Super Saiyan 3. He's got a lot more ki in him. So, of course, Goku just keeps going, and he punches the hell out of the planet. So, of course, Goku delivers Kamehameha away, but then he stops because he's not back enough. So, of course, he finally, goes to Super Saiyan 3 after Whis starts getting bored and starts saying, I'm going to leave the planet. So he goes to Super Saiyan 3, and this is where the fight gets interesting. Goku goes crazy. He punches him, he doesn't move, he catches his... He actually catches his punch. Goku keeps punching and punching. He catches it like this. Like Goku is punching at the speed of light, and Beerus just catches his fist every time. It looks like Goku has 4 or 8 arms, and yet he's still punching him. So, of course, finally, when they go up in the air, Beerus is saying, I'm impressed, you are really strong at this form, but I still don't sense the ki of a Super Saiyan God in you, but you are strong, and of course, Goku keeps punching him, but he still doesn't do anything. So, of course, he launches a Kamehameha away, and Beerus blocks it with one hand. One hand! It goes... it explodes, it hits him, but he blocked it with one hand. And of course, he punches him and punches him, but then, right when, Goku punches him, Beerus flicks Goku like a child. He just flicks him and he goes down. So of course, he goes back on the offensive and he launches a Kamehameha away through King Kai's planet. He actually fires a Kamehameha so powerful, it goes right through King Kai's planet. And he even punches a hole in his planet like he did in the movie. But Beerus is just too much. He is just so unstoppable. He's so strong, and King Kai is worried about him. So finally it ends where, unlike in the movie, where Beerus delivers one chop to Goku, and, he paralyzes him, and he goes down. In this, before I get to that, he also does sort of attack. I forgot to mention that, because he uses a bit of telekinesis. He shoves Goku away with his mind. I couldn't believe that. That was crazy. So, of course, instead of chopping Goku like he did in the movie, this time he grabs his collarbone and pushes him down so hard to the ground, he goes back to his base form. I was just going this and that, and I was just going crazy. This was the best part of the episode. It was really, really good. It literally felt like, now, this is where it felt like Dragon Ball Z again, because now, before I get to the ending, there were some moments here that I've seen, and unfortunately, I think this may be an animation mistake on Toei's part, but it was still good. There were some moments where the animation kind of chopped up a bit. It wasn't like how it usually... I guess it's been a while since they've done the fighting animation, so you may find some scenes where the fighting animation is a bit, choppy or blocky. It looks a little weird, but don't worry, it's not like that for the whole episode. But... so after that, Whis and Beerus leave, and Goku is knocked unconscious. And King Kai is surprised that he's still alive. So of course he contacts Vegeta. Vegeta's on the boat, he's just laying down like this, he's on the chair, and he wants to be left alone, and Bulma comes up to him and says, it's weird now that you're here, shouldn't you come celebrate with us, everyone else is being happy, or why don't you and I just go somewhere? And he says, mind your own business, he wants to be left alone. And Bulma's saying, why do you want to be left alone all of a sudden? So of course she leaves, and she says, whatever makes you happy. So of course when she leaves, King Kai contacts Vegeta and tells him what happened. And he, said he may have heard of Beerus, and he's shocked to find out that Beerus is that strong. He took out Goku in only 2 blows. And, of course, he tells him, do not upset him. Make sure nothing pisses him off. And of course, he leaves it in Vegeta's hands. So of course, they talk to Goku, and Goku is saying that's incredible to know that there's a chance he could become a god. He can achieve this power. And he says, maybe I can do it if I train by myself. So he says, we gotta warn the others. But King Kai says, I'm already ahead of you. I contacted Vegeta. Let's hope he can do this. And, Goku says, I believe in him, and I know he'll do this. So, of course, he gets up, because in the movie, Bubbles goes into Goku's sheath belt, and he takes out the Senzu Bean, and he gives it to Goku. This time, Goku stands up. You can see he is just hurt bad, but he stands up slowly, and he's struggling a little bit, but he is just messed up. And of course, he says he has to train to get to that level so he can stop him and fight him again. And that's where it ends. This episode was awesome. This really was. I liked it. The fighting was really good, and it just showed you why Beerus is such a... I think, this episode did more of a better job incorporating how better Beerus was than he was in their first fight in the movie. Because I like this fight a little more than I do the other one, because this one's a little bit longer. Instead of being 4 minutes, it's like 11 minutes. It's most of the whole episode. And it's good to know, that, we see just how strong Beerus is. Why you don't mess with him. And I liked, just everything about this episode. Mainly the action was the best part of it. There was no comedy. There was a little bit of comedy here and there, but I liked the action. The action was perfect. And if this is what you've been waiting for, then go watch it. Just go watch it. Just see for yourself. Because a lot of people have been saying, that this series sucks. And, to all those people who are saying they hate this series, is taking too long, it's boring, and it's not getting back to the way it used to be, I have 2 points to make. One, it's only the first 5 episodes. It's only been the first 4 episodes. Finally we got that action. We're finally getting back to, what Dragon Ball used to be. And it's well worth it, trust me. And secondly, Mr. Toriyama is taking his time. Because remember, he's not written a Dragon Ball. He's not written Dragon Ball in over 15, maybe 20 years. So give, this show a chance. Trust me. And also, the Battle of Gods arc will be over. I think it's only going to last about another 9, maybe 10 episodes, and then we'll get back to the way it used to be. So yeah, overall, this was a really, really good episode. Wonderful animation. There were some parts where it was a bit choppy and blocky, but that did not, distract from the fight, because it still looked good. I still loved it. I was entertained. I felt like a kid again, and I was on the edge of my seat. And I just loved, everything about this episode overall. This is probably now my favorite episode. So, yeah, guys, overall, I would give this episode, despite the animation problems, that still doesn't hold anything back. I would give this episode a solid 9.5 out of 10. That's good. This was a really, really good episode. I loved every minute of it, and, so, yeah, guys, if you liked my reaction, please, my review, sorry. If you liked my review for Dragon Ball Super, please like, comment, and subscribe. And do not worry, Rick and Morty will be uploaded probably later today, somewhere in the early afternoon. And of course, I will be going to watch Dragon Ball Super today, and I will bring you a review of that tomorrow. I will bring it to you tomorrow, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So, yeah, guys, overall, what did you think of this episode? And if you did not watch it, I suggest you go watch it. So, yeah, guys, overall, I hope you enjoyed. And until then, guys, this is Richard Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you. Later, guys.
Children around me run in front of me with the colorful backpacks, and they make me think which color I'd choose if I were young again, and if I would do the same.